we
So
do move it
we'll
around.
pick one night a week, and I set like an alarm on my phone, and we like put it on our calendar,
It's
and
true. Like his alarm that goes off has like this sexy song that comes on,
it's like R&B or
and
something.
it like hears me like, oh yeah, it's date night.
Are we allowed to say that? Probably.
Yes, we're allowed to. Healthy marriages out there.
I know.
It's just a song that's romantic. No, it's like a sexy sound, and it's like goes off and it's cute as date night. But another thing that we've done with having little kids, especially, this is one we are currently revisiting because early bedtime has been our way to having our nights together and easily carving out space for us.
Mm-hmm.
So even as early as possible in the baby years that we could start to get a routine or a rhythm that it was like, okay, baby goes down at this point, or, once we had multiple kids, it was like this kid by this time, this kid by this time. And then the baby, one last feeding, and you're to bed. And then we would have our time. And that wasn't even just for a date night. That was just like we had a lot of evenings together because it's when you have little ones, it's needed, very
Yeah,
much
I think,
needed.
and like the time, I mean, it could be different for everyone, but
Yeah.
we like to pick times that made sense, that would get that child rested enough that we knew that they need. And then
Yeah.
if it was like they could stay, like our 12-year-old right now could stay up a lot later. So we'll say like, well, you just need to be in your room past this point. You don't have to go to
Yeah.
bed.
Like, you don't
And
have to go to bed,
yeah,
but
and you
you
can
do
have
have
lights
to.
out at this time,
Mm,
right? And like, we're not saying the times that we use are right.
yeah.
But it
And
works for us.
it's something that we're like currently, I mean, now we have a junior higher and we're currently having this conversation often, like, what's the bed?
And the
Like, not the
bedtime,
bedtime of go to bed, but what time is like, okay, in your rooms by a certain time.
I think the bedtime conversation is more than just date night too, because on the other nights of the week, it's still really important to have, I think, a specific scheduled either go to your room time or
Mm.
bedtime, because I feel like for me, it allows me to engage more on the hours leading up to bedtime because I know that there's an end to my responsibility and engagement and where I can just kind of unplug and try to calm myself down from my intense day. Because I usually
Yeah.
have long, full, intense, hardworking days. And for me to like be really engaged as a father during the, I don't know, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock hours, like knowing that at 8, all the kids are going to be in the respective
Yep.
rooms, either some asleep, maybe some just hanging out in there. And then I get to just have some Tim time after that to decompress is really valuable and important. And I feel like if we didn't have that and we just kind of let them do whatever and stay up and not have those boundaries, then I would probably be a little bit more disengaged and maybe get more drained a little bit during that time. And then also like where's the time in there where I'm able to kind of, like I said, sometimes in the mornings I'm able to get up and be alone and pray and read the Bible, but other times I'm like jumping straight into work. And so for me to have that scheduled time that I know that it's either me and Jess or the kids are asleep and it's just me, I think is really helpful for me just
Yeah.
from like a healthy standpoint.
Mhm.
It helps me be a good dad and play the long game, right? Like we need to set up these boundaries and these rules, not like rules, but you know what I mean? Like these guidelines that help us stay healthy and engaged, have a good, healthy marriage and be good parents, but for the
Yeah.
long term and the long game. And that means that we personally need to be healthy too. And I just know that's something for me unique, like maybe I'm unique in that. I don't know, but that's something that I think helps a lot. It helps me be better during their waking hours.
Yeah. I I think you're not alone in that. It's not just you. But it is also something that has helped us keep connection time
Mm.
and help us stay connected in our marriage. Has been the fact that we can just say like, this is just a boundary that we have. And I know it's can change. Like they're going to
Yeah.
keep getting older. And like, even this summer, during the summer, we let them have like later bedtimes during the summer, but we felt it at first and we are like, whoa, We got to figure this
We
out.
held the line with date night, and then lots of the
We
other
still had
times
date night.
we would let them stay up a little
Yeah.
bit later with
And some
us.
of the nights they were like up later than us.
Yeah. But I mean, it was
But
fun though. Like just for the summer, it
yeah,
was a good
yeah,
season. But now that
yeah.
school started again, we're kind of back to being more strict with like, no, you got to be in your bed and have the lights out by this time, just so that way they can actually be effective during school and not be tired.
Yes. And have better self-control and all
Yeah.
the things. But it is one thing. The bedtime routines, even when they were younger, is something that has helped us. And I don't know, like, at what point, at some point, they're going to be like high schoolers and they're going to be having sports.
Yeah.
And I mean, they already have
They'll
sports.
probably get the living room at that time, and then we'll retreat to our
Yeah.
room and hang out there or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
We'll figure
We don't
something
know yet.
out. We don't know.
But we will lean in on the couples that we know that are older
Yeah.
and older than us and kind of ask them for
Who have
advice
taken their kids through those stages. And
that
I'm
we know actually
already
love their
talking
kids.
to friends, yeah, who have good.
I'm sure you all love your kids. That was a joke. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this.
Oh my gosh, yes. We all love our kids and we all just want to do what's right. And it looks
Yeah.
different for every family and every marriage, but that is one thing that can help facilitate connection time in your marriage while raising kids. Bedtimes can also play a role in that.